Well, hello all you wonderful people out there in YouTube land. Welcome to the Texas Special YouTube channel. And I had something completely different in mind for this December quarterly product review. But this guy fell into my lap and I had to go ahead and get it out there. So, what you are looking at is a gorgeous Lionel number 2321 Lackawanna Trainmaster. This is an original production post-war locomotive, and it is in very good shape. It's not in pristine shape, but it is in damn good operating shape. The horn does not work, but that is the only thing wrong with this locomotive, is the horn being inoperable. Other than that, it is in great condition. Now, it was stored in its box, thankfully. Box kind of rough shape, but it is the original box, and it did its job. Starting off on the cab of the locomotive, you see lots of silver separately attached hand railings. There's a little bit of surface rust here on this little brace, nothing that can't be cleaned off. The engine's a little dirty, but nothing a wet wipe wouldn't fix. And there's minor little blemishes like right here and then a couple other spots on the roof of the locomotive, but overall great shape. You see these trucks, these big metal 6-axle trucks. Now, this engine will take 027 curves. It doesn't look good doing them, but it will do it. The innermost axles on each truck is blind. It's an idle axle. There's no gears to it, and there's no flange, which allows it to take tighter curvature. The paint separation is about what you would expect for 1950s toy trains. That being said, still fairly good. You have loads of cast on, prototypically accurate vents right here, vents and louvers. You have the single chime air horn there on the front of the cab, and there's another one back here on this side of the cab, on the other side. You've got this gorgeous pinstriping that runs all the way down the frame. The pilot, of course, is metal, as are the trucks, and all one piece attached to, the coupler, magnetic operating, the thumbtack style knuckle couplers. Going along the hood of the locomotive, you see more cast on vent detailing and grill detailing. All the cast on doors along the long hood, the Lackawanna right here, more separately applied hand railings, fuel tank and main reservoir detailing here, and actually right back here is the reverser unit lock. So it's a little lever. You flick it one way, it locks the locomotive in whatever direction of travel it is set to traverse when power is next applied to the track. You flip it the other way, it goes forward, neutral, reverse, neutral, forward. The typical sequence for the reversing unit. You have this nice FM, Fairbanks and Morse decal emblem right here. Some see-through grill detailing right here. Of course, the built by Lionel, and there's the rear truck of the locomotive and the rear pilot. So looking at the front of this locomotive, you see you have MU hoses, not cables, hoses, some poling pockets, the coupler. Now there is no tab on the side, there's no manual uncoupling tab, so you've either got to get a toothpick or in this case a screwdriver here alongside of it to push down on the pin to get the coupler to open, or use the magnetic uncoupling track section as is intended. You have a screw here that holds the shell on. You can see a little bit better the separately applied hand railings where they fit into the locomotive body. You have these number boards, the headlight, and this light. Now all this lights up, to include these marker lights here. All that lights up, and you can't really see it all that well, but there is a Lackawanna Railroad decal right here on the middle of the nose, right behind this what's supposed to be the walkway that on the prototype would fold down and allow for safe walking between two MU'd locomotives. So here on the rear of the engine is really the only blemish, and this looks like just wet cardboard that got wet. That screw's a little loose, so I'll go ahead and tighten it back. And you can see it looks very much the same as the front of the locomotive. You got a small little nick there. Other than that, it's identical, same style of knuckle couplers there. And you know, this is the rear. Of course, there's no safety treading along any of the walkways on the long hood or short hood of the locomotive, but this is still a cool locomotive. Along the top of the engine, this is the speaker for what's the horn. Supposed to be the horn, doesn't work. It also doubles as a nice little grill detail. You have a cast on grill here, cast on little hatch here. Okay, you can see the horns on both sides a little better. You have non-operating smokestacks here, little divot something or other cast on here, and more see-through grills on the rear. You see that little metal washer there hanging onto the wheel? That was not intentional, but I'm intentionally showing it to you because that demonstrates that this engine has magnet traction, which was a big thing in the 1950s and 60s and 70s with Lionel. And I'm going to make sure that nothing else. Yep. Thing about magnet traction equipped engines is you need to make sure that there are no surprises on the underside of the engine when you try to go and set it down. And when you're dealing with a model railroad that is under construction, there's sure to be lots of surprises for these magnet traction equipped wheels to get a hold to. So this engine doesn't really feature a whole lot when you compare and contrast it to modern locomotives. So I am effectively done with the talky portion of this review, and we're going to get to the fun vroom vroom portion of this review and watch this bad boy go around the track on Main 2. nobody tell this guy that it's 2023 and not 1954, because he's running like the day he was built, obviously minus the horn defect, but that should be a simple fix. This is a phenomenal engine, and while I wish I could say that I look forward to many, many years of running this guy around the South Texas Railroad, Lackawanna items just don't really fit the theme that I'm trying to go for, and I'm not really a post-war guy, so this guy is no doubt going to a good home, but it won't be here. This is just a way station along the way, and I figured while I had it for a little while, I would share it with you wonderful folks out there in YouTube land. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and you post-war guys out there, just know that this is me throwing y'all a bone. I respect the post-war trains. I respect what they did for the hobby, both when they were new and what they still do today for the hobby. But they're just not my forte. But that being said, fantastic locomotive, and the guy this is going to, I know he's going to love the hell out of it. Thank y'all for watching, and I got the best subscribers on YouTube. Mean that from the bottom of my heart. You guys rock. Texas Special, out.